First, my dad kicked me out. Then my I don't know. Whatever they said was happening. Whatever they said supposedly happened. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, Kodak Black, you out of pocket. Fix that quickly, expeditiously. You out of pocket. Ain't nobody else gonna say it. I'm gonna say it to you, and if I see you, I'm gonna say it in your face. You out of pocket, nigga. Get yourself together.
Why you let somebody play with me like that? Why you let him play with me like that? Why you let him play with me like that? No, ain't no joking. Ain't no joking. What do you mean?
You are embarrassing yourself. You're embarrassing yourself. You are embarrassing yourself. You are embarrassing yourself.
Man, get off me.
Man, what is you talking
Man, get
about?
off me. Man, get off me.
Boy, you can't do nothing with me.
Stop hitting me and getting in my comments, telling me what to tell King, okay?
The Harris family, once crowned as hip-hop royalty, is now neck-deep in scandal. Everything flipped upside down when a wave of leaked photos allegedly linked to King Harris, son of T.Y. and Tiny, exploded online like a ticking time bomb. These weren't just harmless selfies. Nah, these shots were bold, personal, and way too private to be blasted across social media for the world to see. The internet went into full meltdown. Fans were left stunned. Critics came swinging. And just like that, the Harris household, that once looked picture-perfect, was dragged through the dirt. People weren't only blaming King. Nope. They started side-eyeing T.Y. and Tiny, questioning if the parents had straight-up failed their son. The backlash got ugly. And while King tried to stay quiet, the chaos only grew louder and louder. And then came the jaw-dropper. Whispers started flying that T.I. had actually cut his own son off, allegedly disowning him right in the middle of all this madness.
Stop hitting me and getting in my comments, telling me what to tell King, okay?
The man who built his rap empire preaching family values was suddenly accused of shutting out his own son. That shocking twist turned a messy scandal into a full-blown circus, and fans couldn't stop asking what was really going down behind those mansion walls. For years, the Harris name held major weight in hip-hop. T.I., the self-proclaimed king of the South, wasn't just dropping bangers. He was stacking businesses and building a dynasty. His wife, Tiny, already R&B royalty from her days in Escape, brought her own shine to the table, and together they crafted a blended family that turned into reality TV gold with T.I. and Tiny, the family hustle. On screen, they looked like the perfect power couple, rich, strong, and unshakable. But behind the scenes, cracks had been forming for years. King Harris, born into fame in 2004, was never the quiet one. He was loud, flashy, and always chasing attention. At first, fans laughed it off as a funny kid with personality. But as he got older, that same energy turned reckless, fast. Scandals started stacking up. From unhinged live videos to public meltdowns, King's antics kept pulling his family deeper into the chaos. Things hit a breaking point when King became a father way too early, and not without serious controversy. He had a child with a much older woman known as Big Nana, and instead of celebrating the milestone, the internet tore him apart, clowning his choices and dragging his reputation through the mud. Fans didn't cheer when the baby news dropped. They judged hard. Rumors swirled that the pregnancy was nothing but a distraction from other scandals, or worse, a stunt for clout. But then came the real bombshell. A viral TikTok claimed King might not even be the father. Alleged DNA receipts sent social media into a frenzy, and the memes spread like wildfire, clowning the whole Harris family. Tiny tried to fight back, posting family pics with the baby and calling the rumors pure clickbait, but the internet wasn't buying it. King's sister tossed in her own sarcastic jab, tweeting, "What street this word come off of, Chili?" That little dig only made the drama bigger. Fans even resurfaced old clips of T.I. reacting to King's baby news. And instead of looking proud, he looked uneasy, maybe even suspicious. Suddenly, paternity whispers weren't just messy gossip. They became the center of the storm. And just when it seemed things couldn't get any uglier, Kodak Black's old beef with T.I. crawled back into the spotlight. Back in 2019, Kodak went live on Instagram and threw low-blow shots at T.I.'s sons, using language that made fans cringe. Back then, most people brushed it off as petty rap beef. But now, years later, with King tangled in leaked photos, baby rumors, and questions about his lifestyle, Kodak's words are being replayed like receipts. Was Kodak just running his mouth, or did he know something? The fact that T.I. never stepped up to directly defend King has people raising eyebrows all over again. His clapbacks were all about protecting his pride, his respect, his legacy, not about defending his son.
Hey, Kodak Black, you out of pocket. Fix that quickly, expeditiously. You out of pocket. Ain't nobody else gonna say it. I'm gonna say it to you, and if I see you, I'm gonna say it in your face. You out of pocket, nigga. Get yourself together.
That silence is now haunting the Harris family, fueling rumors that T.I. might have known more than he ever admitted. Fast forward to 2025, and King Harris is stuck in the middle of one of hip-hop's messiest sagas. From leaked photos to whispers of a double life and even DNA drama tied to his child, he's trending non-stop, but for all the wrong reasons. Then King threw fuel on the fire with a jaw-dropping confession. He revealed he never really lived in that glamorous mansion we all saw on T.I. and Tiny, The Family Hustle. According to King, that so-called reality TV family life was all smoke and mirrors. He claimed they'd pick him up from his grandmother's house for filming, make him smile for the cameras, and send him right back once the lights went off. Would you like me to rewrite clips 4, 5, 6, and 7 as well in the exact same commentary style so you have a full, ready-to-use script?
What is the real guy? What do you feel like they got on you that they shouldn't have on you? Because I feel like with them probably seeing you grow up, they just got like, you can't be you.
Cool. Yeah, man, it's a lot about that TV show, man, that got people confused. Because I live with my grandma. You know, we'll go to the house on like a weekend. They'll say, hey, we shooting today. We need y'all at the house. They'll come get me from my grandma's house. And right after we done, when them cameras go off, I'm right back to my grandma's house. Yeah.
That's silent.
That revelation shattered the polished image and painted King as a boy raised more by his grandmother than by his superstar parents.
You was an orphan when
I was never an orphan. I'm a grandma boy. I like to be in the neighborhood.
Yep, I'm glad
with the kids outside.
You made it seem like we was sending you over there.
No.
You cried and cried and cried when you couldn't go over there.
Yeah.
You always say, King, stay home, stay home.
We done got big house, big yard, nothing to do.
That's when you learn and create your own entertainment.
I want to play football, basketball. That's the type of one that I was.
But you want to be from the ghetto so bad.
Fans immediately started connecting the dots. Maybe that lack of day-to-day parenting explains his hunger for attention, his chaos, and his reckless behavior. And the signs, they were always there. King's antics weren't just teenage rebellion. They felt like desperate cries for validation. He went viral for bizarre stunts like doing the one-chip challenge with a homeless man, cursing out a mini-mart worker, and even blowing stacks on new teeth just to flex for the cameras. Each move screamed louder than the last. Notice me. Instead of being known for talent, King got infamous for his explosive outbursts. He even called out the late rapper Julio to a boxing match, something fans dragged as a clout-chasing stunt. Others warned it was flat-out reckless, especially with how dangerous rap beefs can get. It felt like King was desperate to find an identity, and instead of building his own lane, he kept testing how much chaos the public would tolerate. Then came the unforgettable NFL meltdown. What should have been a simple father-son outing turned into a viral circus when cameras caught King yelling, puffing his chest, and shouting that he was standing on business. The crowd was stunned, and just when it looked like things might explode, T.I. had to jump in, throwing his own son in a headlock. Yes, a real headlock, in front of thousands of fans and rolling cameras.
Why you let somebody play with me like that? Why you let him play with me like that? Why you let him play with me like that? No, ain't no joking. Ain't no joking. What do you mean?
You are embarrassing yourself. You're embarrassing yourself. You are embarrassing yourself. You are embarrassing yourself.
Man, get off me.
Man, what is you talking
Man, get
about?
off me. Man, get off me.
Well, you can't do nothing with me.
The clip spread like wildfire, and it didn't look like discipline. It looked like live damage control. To many, that headlock symbolized just how far King had spiraled and how desperate T.I. was to pull him back before the Harris name got dragged even deeper into mess. But the spiral didn't stop there. Not long after, King was arrested when police allegedly found weed in his car. And just like that, another mugshot went viral. The timing couldn't have been worse. Only days earlier, he had dropped a flashy music video full of guns and street talk, trying to sell himself as if he was built for the streets. Fans and critics ripped into him. Some said he was just playing gangster when everybody knew he grew up privileged, while others argued he was a young man spiraling out without real guidance. Even Boozy stepped in and told King to cool it before things went too far. And when Boozy is the one telling you to slow down, you know you're in dangerous territory. Meanwhile, T.I. looked like a man split in two. On one side, he kept showing public love, reminding folks that King was still young and figuring life out. But behind closed doors, insiders claimed his patience was wearing thin. How many times could he keep defending King before fans stopped believing him? Every time T.I. said, "It's just a phase," King would pull another wild stunt that made things worse. To the outside world, it looked like a father running out of excuses and a son who didn't care about the consequences. But underneath all the drama, some people saw something more heartbreaking. Maybe King wasn't just rebelling. Maybe he was hurting. His online clapbacks gave it away. Like the time he snapped, "If I'm the ugliest person in the world, what did that make you?" That didn't sound like petty shade. It sounded like pain, like someone who'd been judged more than loved, criticized more than guided. Suddenly, fans started asking, was this really about bad choices, or was it about neglect? If King really spent more time with his grandmother than with his superstar parents, maybe that emotional gap left scars deeper than anyone realized. Suddenly, the meltdowns, mugshots, and viral blow-ups didn't just look like rebellion. They looked like desperate cries for help his family never knew how to answer. And that's the real tragedy. Behind all the chaos, headlines, and memes is a young man trying to figure out who he is outside the shadow of T.I. and Tiny. Instead of being guided through the pressures of fame, he's been forced to stumble through it live, with the whole internet watching every single misstep. Now, with baby rumors, questions about his lifestyle, and whispers that T.I. might have cut him off completely, the emotional distance between father and son is impossible to ignore. People can't help but wonder, has T.I. stepped back to protect his brand? Or is he just a heartbroken dad who doesn't know how to reach his son anymore? Either way, one thing's undeniable. Every meltdown makes the damage harder to repair, and every new headline drives that wedge deeper and deeper. To really understand how King ended up in this storm, you've got to rewind the tape to the beginning, when Clifford Joseph Harris Jr., better known as T.I., was already climbing the throne of hip-hop in the early 2000s with albums like Trap Music and Urban Legend. He wasn't just a rapper. T.I. was building himself into a mogul, dropping hit after hit, running Grand Hustle Records, starring in movies, launching clothing lines, and eventually creating reality TV shows with his wife, Tiny. On paper, it looked like the American dream, draped in designer clothes with Atlanta street cred to match. But here's the twist. While T.I. was busy building an empire, somebody in the family was getting left behind. And that somebody was King. Born in 2004, King was shoved into the spotlight before he even learned how to walk. By the time the Family Hustle launched in 2011, millions of viewers thought they were watching a tight, happy family living large in a mansion. But King later tore that illusion to pieces when he revealed it was all staged. He wasn't really raised in that glamorous house. He was with his grandmother most of the time. Whenever filming rolled around, they'd scoop him up, put him on camera, and then ship him right back once the lights turned off. That confession flipped the narrative and exposed how much of the perfect family was just TV smoke and mirrors. So why would T.I. and Tiny, two stars with money, power, and resources, decide not to raise King full-time? Insiders say T.I.'s non-stop grind played a huge part. At the peak of his career, he was everywhere, touring, recording, filming, managing business moves, barely home long enough to breathe. And Tiny wasn't any less busy, juggling her own music career, raising multiple kids, and keeping her name alive in the entertainment world. So, the family leaned heavy on Grandma to hold things down, and while her love was solid,
I don't think Tip realizes that King is really serious about creating music. I mean, we want all our kids to get out there and do what they do. But as a parent, you're torn because you want to make sure they keep their ass in school and get good grades.
I'm getting mad, bro.
What you getting mad at?
Because
What?
stop rushing me.
King a little sassy, man.
He's just nervous.
King, why are you aggravated? This is the show business. It ain't that bad.
And while T.I. may have built an empire, his son's struggles show the heavy cost of chasing success without keeping family life balanced. So where does that leave King now? He's not a kid anymore. He's a young man at a crossroads with every move broadcast to millions. The real question is, will he flip the script and carve his own legacy? Or will he keep spiraling, becoming another cautionary tale of fame, family, and fractured parenting? Did T.I. and Tiny miss their chance to keep him grounded? Or is King set on walking his own path no matter how messy it gets? One thing's certain, the spotlight never lets up. In this era of leaks, receipts, and viral clips, there's nowhere left to hide. And that's exactly why the Harris family saga has the world locked in. Because this isn't just about one young man's mistakes. It's about what happens when fame collides with family, and nobody knows how to stop the fallout. King Harris isn't just battling rumors and messy headlines. He's battling expectations, the weight of a legacy, and the pressure of being T.I.'s son. Whether he sinks or swims, we're all watching it unfold in real time. And the next chapter could be even crazier than anything we've seen so far. So, let's get into it. What do you think? Is King just a young man making reckless choices, or is this the fallout of neglect and pressure boiling behind the scenes? Drop your thoughts in the comments. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button, smash that like, share this video with your people, and let us know where you think this saga is headed next. See you on the next one.